everyone. Welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to your monthly April readings. Could barely get that out. So I'm going to be reading for those that are new. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate everybody stopping by. Certainly, returning viewers. I love you. Appreciate your support and your comments and likes, and the more the merrier is my motto. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to be reading for the featured sign, which is, I read for every sign in the zodiac. And I'm usually doing one reading per day now. I started a new regiment. I had done it originally and then was trying to get more out and force feed it basically. And it's working beautifully. So whenever you watch this is going to be perfect for you. I do want to get my readings out by mid-month, because there's so many energies that happen one day to the next, let alone this particular month, which I'll share with you, of course, as part of the reading. But I am going to be reading for the last sign of the zodiac, the water element of Pisces. And I appreciate you, Pisces, so much, because you're very patient, thankfully. Unless you have other, placements that might, contradict that. But on the whole, I just feel like you're very caring and kind of go with the flow, let's just be cool. Let's just take it as it comes, that beautiful kind of energy, which is great, because even if I wanted to upload more videos, it was not happening. The last video, the Aquarius video, took over 2 days to upload. Now, I have a beautiful camera. And it usually, when it's supposed to be happening, it happens without any hesitation, and it's a flow, and it's gorgeous. That's not been the case. And I know a lot of reasons for it, but I'm not going to belabor a lot of that. I'm going to tell you the specific, very, very important planetary astrology aspects happening in the month of April. There are several. Some have already occurred, but the feelings and the energies are still happening. So it's not, like I said, too late, being just after the mid-month point. But I will tell you that it's really a very, very, very special year for you, Pisces. And anyone with Pisces placements, I always recommend that you watch your sun, moon, and rising, and also Venus. Venus is the, Venetian, beautiful, feminine, loving planet. My love connections that I read as a part of my reading as well, where I pick the specific one Spirit wants you to know about, Pisces. I do it for every sign. It's definitely about the love, the compassion we have, and how vitally it is important, how vitally important it is to have. And I know most of us understand that and know that, so I don't really have to explain that too much. But I always like to incorporate that in my readings. So we had 2 new moons this month. The first one was on April 1st, which is beautiful, the beginning of the month, fabulous, in Aries. First sign of zodiac, just this powerful fire, ambitious cardinal sign that initiates the season of spring. All cardinal signs, there are 4, initiate a specific season. So we have that to, appreciate and love. And I mean, who doesn't like spring? I mean, granted, there's spring fever, and there's spring, I'm trying to say, allergies, I guess, that aren't, but it's a beautiful time, and it's a time of new beginnings and energy, and this wonderful Aries, momentum that we come into this time of year with. Then we had this new moon, like I said, and we were in Aries season up until yesterday. Or actually today's the 19th. So I'm just saying, it has, we've now ventured into Taurus. Now we've gone from this fast kind of, let's make it happen. I'm willing to start this. I've got this idea. I'm excited about this. I'm motivated. I'm spirited. I'm going to physically make sure it happens. A lot of healing can happen. I'm getting to that though. So now we're in Taurus, and Taurus is the beautiful sign of earth and practicality and our day-to-day needs, and how do we get ourselves stable and secure and comfortable. Usually with Taurus, it's because there's a routine and a ritual or a dogmatic kind of systematic way in which they go about things that works fantastically. That's not to say that you don't change things up, Taurus, either, for those that might be watching, because we're in Taurus season, or, you know, overseeing this beautiful Pisces reading because you're involved in a Pisces, which would make perfect sense because earth and water do extremely well together in relationships of all kinds. But the point is that we had the first new moon, we have the second new moon in Taurus on the 30th, and that's a solar eclipse. So we're starting our eclipse season. So, but there's more. One of the most beautiful, once in a lifetime conjunctions of planets happened in your sign, Pisces. And it is a beautiful, beautiful meeting of the planets. It is Jupiter and Neptune in your sign, Pisces. And we've had Jupiter in your sign already. It started on, I believe, December 28th, and will be in your sign until May 10th. And then coming back again the latter part of October through the end of December 20th. And it'll be going into Aries. And Aries is that very passionate, fuel, just, you know, motivated, spirited, let's make this happen energy, which happens to be in your second house, which happens to have to do with your money. So just telling you, there's exceptional opportunities coming through, working in your favor. You know, it doesn't happen that often. It happens every 12 years that Jupiter goes in your sign. And so it's been there. And this conjunction that happened on the 12th of April, it has not happened since 1856, 166 years ago. I mean, it's real. It's the real deal. This is a once in a lifetime deal. However, the conjunction will last until the next time that Jupiter and Neptune meet up. I believe it's 2035, and then it will then be in the sign of Aries. So never again will it be this. It's pointing in all directions towards you. It's about, you know, Jupiter and the benevolent giving planet of opportunities and expansion with whatever it touches, freedom, you know, no boundaries as yourself as a mutable sign, to allow the most incredible opportunities, the most incredible miraculous situations to come true. You know, perfect synchronicities, right place, right time, and in your sign. So that makes me excited telling you, if you have any other placements, those two will be affected in your natal chart, which has, you know, the different houses representing different parts and placements of your life. I have a rising in Pisces. I felt it. I've had miraculous situations happening. I'm going to go back to the healing part. Pisces is also known for being extremely creative and imaginative. Well, of course, with both Jupiter and very optimistic, very just, everything's going to go my way. You know, I mean, yeah, there's issues, things come up and down. I get it. I've been doing this for many, many lifetimes. I'm a very spiritual person. I'm in tune, I'm in touch. I feel, I sense. I'm, you know, psychic, empathic. I get it. So you do, and you allow yourself time to rest and retreat and kind of take that in, so you can revitalize yourself and re-energize yourself, and you'll have plenty of it with the Aries energy. Not to mention, Pisces, both Venus and then Mars entered your planet. That's right, Mars entered Pisces on the 14th. So it's really kind of amazingly Piscean time, even though we're in Taurus, which is an extremely wonderful time as well. And even though we're going into the eclipses, Taurus is a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious energy for you. And then with Aries, once again, you know, your second house. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you the possibilities, and I can't because it's individual. This is a general reading. But I can tell you that I know and feel very strongly as I'm sitting here. You've already experienced a lot of it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and there's more to come. So just please open up and allow it. Just take it in, do your rituals, you know, be in nature, imagine like you've never imagined before, and then ask for that and better. And just know that it's that time. It is timing with everything. And I might add that there's a large amount of energy this year as well as it was last year with Saturn, the time the god of time, you know, the taskmaster, keeping us on track, making sure these dreams and all these imaginable things that we could do are going to take place, because we're not going to go too crazy. You know, I mean, talk about non-boundaries. Well, Saturn actually is all about boundaries and restrictions and constriction, which is not, it doesn't always feel good, but when it's for your highest good and working in your favor to get to your destiny, so that, you know, keeping you on track, it's a beautiful influence. We all need that. And the combination of Jupiter and that is going to make it easier anyway. So I was so excited to read your reading, even though it's taken a while. These energies are very, very present and will continue to be. And we did have a beautiful full moon in Libra, which is about balance, and Venus ruled, as is the Taurus solar eclipse. You know, Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So the feminine, intuitive sensuality energy that's here is pretty much unmatched, and hasn't been that for a long, long time to this extent. So it's love, it's romance, it's partnerships of all kinds, it's friendships, it's opening that heart chakra, which you do all the time, Pisces, and really just feeling completely fulfilled and at peace. So I am going to pick for you the highlighted connection, as I mentioned, that Spirit would like you to know about for this month, and maybe perhaps longer. And so I do it right in front of you so that it's completely, you know, genuine, authentic, and it could be a person you're already involved with and very familiar with, or it could be somebody coming into your life. Eclipses bring things in and out very quickly at times, you know, before it's like we may have exactly in our minds what that is, but we also may have absolutely no idea. And I know that's happened to me a lot. It's very relative to, once again, your chart. But your specific highlighted connection, dear beautiful Pisces, is Sagittarius. Woohoo! And the reason I say that is because Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter. And we happen to have the sun in Sagittarius, the moon in Sagittarius today. So this is a very beautiful, synchronistic kind of a message for you. Keep that optimism going. Just know that there's a Mercury retrograde brewing, and we're not supposed to be entering the shadow period, I suppose, for another a week. But I feel it way before that. I always do. Speech can be a little bit impaired. Communication, you know, not as clear. Transportation, those sort of things. Nothing we can't live through, and you haven't seen many times on my channel, and I see it on other channels as I'm watching my favorite, you know, readers, and I think, I know what's going on. It's okay. I got you. You know, we're cool. But Sagittarius, beautiful fire energy, you know, boiling that water, that emotion of yours, you know, bringing it to the surface and being okay to be seen and heard and recognized. This is your time to shine and go places you've not gone before. And definitely when it comes to love, you are absolutely one of the most romanticist. You know, that's why you're so incredibly artistic, I think, too. You bring it out through all the different channels and mediums, whether it be writing and singing or acting or whatever it is. You're a chameleon. You can change with the surroundings that you're in and adapt to them very easily. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift. But that Sagittarius boy pointing that arrow, what do you want? What do you want to have done? You are an amazing manifester too, as is Sagittarius. Also a truth seeker, and trust me, with these eclipses coming through, first this one in Taurus on the 30th, and then on the 16th of May will be the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Well, that's all about birth and death and rebirth, and, you know, figuratively and otherwise, but just transformation, you know, just complete changing and opening up and allowing, and, you know, just like we do our entire life. If you look back and see what you've done to this point in your life, I mean, you've had different jobs, you've moved places, you've had different relationships. We just brush ourselves off and we say, okay. Sometimes we actually want that. We plan it to the very degree. Other times it just comes in a heartbeat, and it's like, wow, my entire life has changed. A lot of that has to do with children. It's a very fertile time. I have to bring that up, especially when it comes to the grounding aspect. and the sensual aspects of Taurus. That's physical, mental, spiritual. It's a beautiful, beautiful time. And it's spring. So I'm going to be reading from the Tarot, which is the beautiful Art Nouveau Tarot. And I'm going to read the 4 weeks and some of the energies that it will provide and show you and share with you. And, you know, what you choose to do with them will always be your choice. And hopefully you'll resonate with this and feel a real sense of connection. Well, the first overall energy that you were having, which has already passed, and it kind of makes a perfect sense with the new moon and the Aries energy and I don't know, just a lot, is the 5 of Wands, because the Wands are the fire. There's a lot of energy to get things going. And, you know, there's different ideas and different ways to look at things. There's different responsibilities that we take on. A lot of Pisceans, myself included, with the rising Pisces energy, I've always loved the idea of having a lot to do, but also having my own business, which I have for many years or 2, and being an entrepreneurial, kind of setting my pace, setting my hours, setting my goals, and, you know, just feeling really very content in that sort of arena, and knowing that, you know, you're around people and circumstances now, who isn't at this point in time, where there's a lot of different ways to look at things, and you're open-minded. You're not, you know, you look at things from different perspective, always have, and you can appreciate them. You don't always have to agree necessarily, but it's not like you to just be all and out, you know, fighting and at war or something about it. You're just like, I hear you, and I'm recognizing it, and you know what? I may not, I don't know. I'm not going to concern myself. If it doesn't feel right, I can promise you, Pisces, you're not going to do it. And you know what it's like to feel. You know deep down inside. You listen to your intuition. It guides you throughout your life, always has. Dreams are very prevalent and prolific right now. Prophetic, excuse me. So yeah, you came in with, I think with a lot of us, just this bang, let's make it happen. And there's just stirs up this nervous kind of energy and excitement and anxiety almost, where you're just like, woo, so many possibilities. Where do we begin, right? We've had to be dormant and staying within probably longer than a lot of us wanted to. Well, that's changing. And it's happened before the beginning of this month, but it'll continue to feel that way, I promise you, well into when, you know, Jupiter goes back into your sign. I believe it's October 28th. So I don't know, I've actually got goosebumps going up and down, because I welcome change. It's always been a part of my life, and I've been instrumental in it, and there are changes that, of course, we need to do. We need to do that. We need to grow and expand and emerge. Second week, that was when the beautiful conjunction really took place. And you had the moon, and that represents you. And a lot of people say Cancer, but it's the water. It's the water and the intuition that we have. It's things that are hidden and weren't completely brought out front, but then they were. And promise you, with these eclipses, more and more truth will be revealed. Now, the 8th house represents Scorpio, which is the next eclipse. And that is about that's about the depths. That's about inheritance, you know, other people's money, partnerships, other people, you know, maybe your spouse, money, things coming in, you know, things going out, secrets revealed, sexuality, the depths, once again. And it reminds me of the moon, you know, just looking at it and being like, let me know what I need to know. Now, this full moon in Libra that happened over this past weekend, still feeling the influence of, once again, very much dedicated and connected to relationships and fairness and justice. The full moons tend to shine a light on things that are maybe not steady or sturdy, and they will help to alleviate that, to make a correction or, you know, a commencement of whatever the situation is. But I really look at this as just going within, as I always like to say, especially with you, Pisces and water signs in general, just listening and trusting your gut, your higher powers, your connection with the source that's always there for you. It wants to help, always has, and always will. But if things are still a little bit murky with Neptune, I mean, come on, Neptune is the sea of the undergod, the god of the underworld, you know. We don't see a lot of things. It seems like things are a lot better than they really are at times. Be very aware of that, you know, because you want things to be happy and beautiful and loving, and as do I, and I think a lot of people, but just making absolutely sure that we're not, you know, disillusioned or kidding ourselves is really important. And standing up with our truths. And then the third week, which is now, coming in, beautiful Pisces, you have the energy of the Queen of Swords. Yep. And this is the week that, besides Taurus, you know, is it this week? Has it happened? It's coming up where Aquarius, Saturn being in Aquarius, which is absolute rebel sign, right? An air sign, like the Queen of Swords. It's either Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Truth-seeking, very straightforward, kind of detached, very much about their thoughts, their expression, their information, wanting to communicate, wanting to bring forth, once again, truth, important information, very, very mature, capable. This is a masculine energy. And ironically, though, with Libra is a masculine energy because it's an air sign. They always equate the air signs to masculinity because of the mind, for whatever reason. Just reading you and telling you what I've read and known and studied for a long, long time now. However, the Venus aspect balances that out. So you have both the feminine and the masculine working, which is phenomenal. It's beautiful to be in touch with both. We all have those modalities within us. And feeling really strong, feeling very, very powerful now in the way you want to communicate, in the way you want to be heard. Could have a YouTube channel, could have something where you definitely need to stand up and speak and let things be heard. And it's going to go extremely well. And it's going to have to do with your well-being in some regards. You know, the swords do represent institutions. So if it's not financial and you're looking into ways to better your money situation, which is perfect for the Taurus season, as well as this wonderful solar eclipse, you know, happening in Taurus at the end of the month. It's definitely going to be about your money and how you're spending it, what you're worth. That's once again part of the 8th house aspect and energies. All very working together in your favor for the betterment. Feeling strong, feeling independent. There's a very good sign and energy of independence, which I said I've always believed you are as well. I mean, you love relationships, but you do great independently within them as well. That's the epitome of a relationship, right? To love somebody, but also just feel very confident within yourself and what you're doing, knowing, you know, you can make things happen regardless. And the final card, the 4th week, this, you know, energy coming from the solar eclipse in Taurus on the 30th. The second new moon, that's called the black moon, I believe. We just had the pink moon with Libra. And you have the Page of Wands. It's not the Knight, it's the Page. You have 2 bookends, and you have that fire, and you have that energy, and you have ideas, and you're getting information from both the this air element, which is, as I said, information and conversations, to actually put it into action. This definitely could have to do with business. Many times it does when it has to do with the wands and the fire signs. They're about business and establishments and success and, you know, getting that all together so that it becomes a reality. And in this time of grounded energy, you want it, it's a long-term investment, whatever it may be. So be prepared to hear information that may come out of absolutely nowhere in your favor. It's a positive time. As I said, even though we'll be in the Aries season in May, Aries will go in, or Jupiter will go into Aries. There's still so much beautiful Piscean energy there for you. And the combination is fantastic. You know, call out and create what you want and watch it appear. and believe it with everything that you are, okay? Regardless of what you may or may not think you know, you actually really, really do. So that's beautiful. I mean, I have not had a bad reading. What's interesting though is I'm now going to read your beautiful oracle message from this wonderful psychic tarot of the heart. My favorite decks, it's about heart. Once again, I'm focusing on my heart chakra more than I ever have. It's just a beautiful place to be. So much gratitude to have. I came out of a surgery. It went phenomenally well. I have a new lease on life again. I'm on the other side. Just fantastic things, healing, like I said. This is taking care of yourself, okay? First and foremost, and knowing when you love yourself, the universe just wants to do so many things. It's a beautiful, beautiful end. Source is on our side. I can't really emphasize that enough. So just realize that that's half the battle, is knowing that you are absolutely loved and protected and cared for at every moment. And to please join in and be that loving self, love thyself as well. It's so much easier to love others. But I was going to say, with the readings, this card has been the opposite, like this is a good reading. It's telling you, okay, you've got a lot of energy around you. You can sort through what it's right for you, from the beginning of the month, like I said. And then we had these moons, the new and the full, and then the new, and that's both in there. And they have a lot of effect on you because you're a water sign, and a lot of the moons control the tides, and they control us because we're mostly water. And it's just always been that way. I'm sure you're one of the Pisceans where the night or so before, even if you don't study astrology, your body just says it. Maybe you don't sleep that night for some reason. You're feeling the effects of the moon. We all do. It is what it is. But so this particular message has been one just to remind us there's incredible beauty and opportunity and love and miracles in this life. And then there's things to remember that even during the times that seem the hardest, it's always it's always stuff we can work through. We can always find solutions. And that's just the honest truth about it. Think about it. How many times have you been stuck or had some challenge that came through and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't. Well, to me, that's what life is about. It's just continually working through them and getting through them and thinking, I wonder how I'll get through this. And making it kind of like fun and almost a game in a way, Well, this one will work out. We have to put effort into it, but make it fun, make it enjoyable. We're alive, we're able to do it. That's the best part about it. I love this card for you, though. How perfect. It's number 6, which is the year we're in. We're in a 6th year. And it's titled Caring and Giving and Receiving. The reciprocity. So important. Certainly a big influence from this full moon in Libra. That's what they're all about. And you're very much like that as well. You and Libra have a lot in common. I've had a lot of Pisces friends. We just care a lot. We want to do and give, and receiving is awesome. And you don't give to receive, but the more you do, it just seems to happen. So, and then the more you receive, you just want to keep giving. And that's what this is about. And look, it's like the heart shapes. You've got your hand open. And I would imagine a lot of you are definitely givers. I know this about you. I don't even have to question that. But this is the orange. So the orange background represents the pentacles, the grounded energy, which is also what's happening now in the season of Taurus. So being an earth sign. And then the other earth signs, of course, are Virgo and Capricorn. So you may have influences or be around those other earth signs as well. Let me read to you what it says specifically, though, okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And the oracles are here to just really help us and guide us and remind us of how much love is out there to have and to receive. And I'm just somehow right now remembering part of my dream last night. I don't know what that's about, but forgive me. I will find what this is here as soon as I can. It's not actually orange, it's red. It seems a little orange to me, but the number once again is 6. And once again, it does represent the pentacles. So that is the earthly needs and desires. And for you, the giving and receiving words, keywords are balance, reward, share, and ask. When this card appears, relationships take on a loving, balanced energy. You've worked hard to understand yourself and others, and now it's paying off. You're being rewarded with joy and fulfillment. Is there someone in your life who could benefit from what you've learned around matters of the heart? Take some time to share your insights. Be careful though, don't try to solve people's problems, just be a mentor. Also, look for other ways that you can be of assistance to those around you, but be sure to give only what you can and no more. And I'm telling you, Pisces, you know what I'm talking about. That's important because I know you give tons, but come to find out, that's not necessarily something you want to do or the universe wants you to do. I mean, then it's imbalanced, it's uneven. So give as much as you can. The smallest of things sometimes means so much to people. Even hi, how you doing? I mean, that's always like a shock, right, to a lot of people. What, you're being nice? You're saying you're talking to me in the store or whatever. Yeah, that kind of genuine love, just because we're all here. We need connection. It's been lost, and it's just, I like that message for you. I think it's very appropriate for you. I'm going to finish with the rune and send you on your way, but I do want to let you know that I pick a rune from my magic velveteen bag, and then I use my wonderful flashcards to read to you the specifics about it. And it also helps me to memorize them as time goes on. And I'm actually doing it. I'm amazed, but I want to. I've always loved the runes from the 90s, and I'm just happy to let it become more of who I am and part of my life. So, I believe this is Fehu. It's an F. And a lot of times the letters appear to be something, but they're not, because it is the alphabet after all, but it's a Greek alphabet. It is not English. So there's some changes. But let me see if I'm correct, and after just speaking to you about how I've memorized things, and see if I'm correct about that. It's the second one. Woohoo! Fehu. How do you pronounce it? Fehu. The letter F. Rune number 1. So we're talking once again, beginnings, starts, initiations, intentions, writing them down, fulfilling everything and every imaginable, creative endeavor you could possibly imagine. The theme is cattle, which is property, in parentheses. That speaks a lot about this Taurus time, which is the practical, the stability, the sustenance, the food, the jobs, the house, the investments. And the keywords are wealth, currency, and liquid. Assets, fertility, prosperity, abundance. Fertility is big. I mentioned that to you earlier in the reading. If you're wanting children, if you're about to have one, congratulations. It's one of the best things I ever did in my life, and I will always be grateful till the day I'm gone, and in each lifetime past this one. It's amazing. So yeah, it's a possibility if that's something you're interested in. It's part of your manifestation this year with Jupiter in your sign. And let's see, magical working, drawing money and wealth, financial insight and wisdom, projecting energy. You do that extremely well, Pisces. Abundance workings. The key phrases are examine the purpose of nature. Examine the purpose and nature of wealth, because wealth means so many different things to different people. Effort pays off. Good financial management. Material wealth. I mean, if you have not been experiencing that, or it's not something you think of, you will be, okay, on some level or another. To what extent, I don't know, but there are times in our life, there are seasons and reasons, and this is one of them. If it's what you're wanting, I'll allow it, and open your palms, okay? Because when you get it, you're going to just keep giving it out again. I know this. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous reading. It's very appropriate for you. It's a wonderful time. You deserve it. You are an amazing, beautiful, spiritual being. And I'm grateful that you would stay by here. If you liked what you saw, please do, once again, share push the like button, you know, thumbs up. Definitely subscribe. There's no cost or anything. It's not, you're not going to get inundated with emails or any of those things. It's simply a very kind gesture to support my channel so I can keep it moving and continue to grow it. And because I'll be back here regardless, you know, one way or another. I love readings. I've been doing them a long time. I plan on doing private ones. I've said that a while. I'd like to take a couple days of the week only. Send me a comment if you're interested in knowing more about that. I send you a lot of love and healing this month. It's going to be pretty phenomenal with a lot of changes, so allow yourself that time to, excuse me, to meditate and ground yourself, okay? You'll have that beautiful energy of the earth element in Taurus now, and beautiful Taurus season to help you with that. So until next time, take good care. Bye for now.